All right? And he's doing a great job of trying to re-guard me. He's building his frame. All right, but I got the back of his gi here. All right, if you can't see, come around towards my head. I got my thumb in again. All right, so he got his underhook and he's starting to come up into me. I'm gonna cave that elbow in. I'm gonna work my way in. I'll shake him free if I have to, whatever I gotta do to get my grips. Okay, now he's got my leg, so I can't just turn too far, right? That's about as far as I can get. So if my grips are too loose, I'm still not gonna be able to finish this. So instead, I'm gonna drive that shoulder to the ground, I'm gonna pop the hip out, and I'm gonna slide through with my knee slide. Okay, so I've got my grips, I plant them on the ground, right? Because if I want to pass the half guard, I want his shoulders flat anyway, right? I turn his hips, I step on his leg, everything's in that same grip, or that same position. I just have my arms in front of his head, instead of with the underhook. Yep, so he gets to his side, his hips are already turned, don't worry, my knee's supposed to pop like that. All right, I find that knee, pick the hips up, and I slide through. Now if he still hasn't tapped or my grip's too loose, that's fine. I did my sit through, my hips are back behind my head, I just drive forward and I roll over that leg. And my head goes to the other side of his body.
Will that work if his half guard's closed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder to get my leg free, also, but the knee slide is still going to work as long as I get his hips turned.
Also, like, it's so painful when he's trying to get out of my half guard that it's like, my control over his legs is diminishing.
So anytime I'm trying to pass the half guard, I want him looking one way, and I'm taking his hips and I'm turning them the other way. Make sense? Yeah. Whether I do that with my hands, with my shoulder pressure, with my underhook, all three, doesn't matter. Okay, so if his head's pointed that way, it's hard for his body to follow me this way.
Right, you're compromising his spine.
Yeah, exactly. So as he comes this way, his legs are naturally going to open, all right? And I have to, that's why I slide out. I'm not trying to step out. I'm not trying to pick my hips up and step out. I'm picking them up and sliding through. Make sense? My hips stay behind my head so I don't go over backwards. And even if I do, it's not the worst thing. Questions?
Can you show those leg movements one more time, Ian?
Sure.
The escape from half?
Okay. Don't know if there's anyone who wants to torture. So, I'm starting my half guard. I'm going to start working my grips. He's working his escapes at the same time. You notice my legs are tight. I'm not postured out, right? I'm not sitting way back, okay? I'm starting to work on my high half guard. My knee's up tight to his body. My foot's tight to his leg. I'm all ready to try to escape in it without having to do a whole lot of it. In this one. So he starts to frame. I get that knee. Yep. Elbow inside. Controlling that inside space. Slide that hand up in behind. All right, now if he goes lockdown, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. There you go. Yep. Okay, now he's still got my hip, so I've got to get that foot free. Remember, limp leg beats the lockdown. My leg has to stay extended for him to lock me down here. Okay, and turning my hips through will help beat the lockdown. If that doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry about it, we'll get there. All right, so he tries to hold on. I'm going to get those hips turned, turn his head, and I start stepping up. Limp leg, pop out. I sit through. My hips are still back. You see, behind my head, I'm not falling. My hips are behind me. Now when I'm ready, I roll over that leg towards his head. Yes? 1, 2, 3.